Hey Stampers, welcome to another Stampin' Up video from Snowberry Stampers, and this is geared towards those of you that purchased the product Spotlight a few months ago with the All That You Are stamp set. It has been discontinued, but I've had a request to go back and do a couple more videos for the product that you purchased. And this is the card that I'm going to show you, and this is not only the product Spotlight, but this is the Spotlight technique, where quick and easy, so you don't have to do a lot of coloring, and yeah, and then we just pop up a couple of areas to spotlight those areas, and the card is completed. So let me show you what you're going to need. You'll need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock at 4 by 5 1/4. One is for the outside, one is for the inside. You'll need a piece of black cardstock, and this is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, I find that when I have such a large image, it's easier if I use some kind of a positioning tool, and this happens to be the Stamparatus. And the reason being is sometimes you don't get ink all over the image and you want to go back and re-stamp it, and the only way to do that is to have an exact replica of where you'd stamped it the first time. So I just have a piece of copy paper here right now, but all I did was go ahead and stamp this image, and I did stamp it once or twice to get a good image. So this is the image that I ended up with. All right, and now what you need is 2 circles. You could probably do it with a square as well, any shape really, but you need something that nests. So I'm using 2 of the dies that we have, the nesting circles, but you could use punches as well. And you're going to take the smaller of the 2 and you're going to lay it and run it through, in this case, the Big Shot. Just pick 2 completely different areas that you want to highlight and cut those out. All right, so those have already been cut. All right, and so now all we'd have to do is just color these. And I used the blends on this particular card. I used Granny Apple Green, the light and the dark, and the Poppy Parade, light and dark. So you'd color those 2, and then you're going to take the larger of the 2 framelits that you have, the dies, or the punches, and you're going to punch them out of black. All right, and then I'm just going to take my multi-purpose glue. I'm going to glue those right on to the center of the black circles. All right. And the green glue works really well so that you can just move it around a little bit. All right. Then we're going to take the card base, the stamped image, and put glue around and then between the 2 circles. I'm going to mount that. Again, the glue works really well so that you can just make sure you've got that nice and centered. All right. And then we just need 2 dimensionals, and we're going to pop these up. And you want to get the placement as close as possible to the original. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% on because you've got that black on there. Right. And there you go. Now, on my original, I had a little bit of an oops underneath here. So I went ahead and I just tied some ribbon around the white and then made a bow and stuck the bow on. with a glue dot. So here we've got a bow. Made one just in case I had another oops. And we're just going to put a glue dot using the take your pick tool. And pop that off. So there we've got two different ribbon scissors. Trim that down a little bit. So we've got two different looks to the same card, and I'll go back and color these a little bit later. So one with the ribbon around and one with just the bow on it. And on the inside, I just stamped an extra piece, stamped one of the flowers, and colored that also with Poppy Parade and Granny Apple Green. So I hope this gives you another idea. You can do this with any stamp set, but I hope it gives you another idea for using the All That You Are stamp set that you received. Thanks again, and happy stamping!